All right, so in 2021, July, on my birthday, the worst birthday, worst week ever in my 32 years of life, I was in the operating room getting emergency surgery to get my gallbladder taken out. So if you're watching this video, you either have gallbladder problems, you think you have gallbladder problems, or you've gotten the surgery as well. This is my story. And I wanted to make this video because I remember when I first started having issues and symptoms and attacks, I'd run to Google, I'd run to YouTube, and I'd try to find answers. And it was really difficult for me to find somebody that was talking about the way that I felt, right? Because at the time, I had no idea that it was my gallbladder, right? So if you want to get to the meat and the potatoes, just fast forward through this because I already know I'm going to be rambling because, again, I've been wanting to do this for a while. So let me take you back right before the surgery happened, maybe a few, like 8 or 9 months before I was in that operating room. I remember like it was yesterday, I ate a steak sandwich. We ordered in from one of the pizzerias here in town, and I was woken up out of my sleep feeling the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. So I had dinner. I felt really full, like unusually full, even though it was just a normal size sandwich, not a Thanksgiving dinner. But I told myself, hey, it's steak, it's heavy, whatever, maybe, who knows, it'll go away. But later that night, I was woken up out of my sleep on the floor, crying, screaming in pain. Literally, like, I'm not exaggerating. And for those of you that know, I'm on the bathroom floor screaming at the top of my lungs, red, sweating. I mean, it was just, it gives me like flashbacks remembering what that was like. I thought that if I could make myself vomit, I could get up whatever it is, that's making me sick, the steak sandwich, which I ate frequently, right? Like, I mean, it's not like it's new to me, but I thought maybe, hey, I got food poisoning or this and that. But no, it didn't go away. I threw up, went to the bathroom, burped, did everything I possibly could to try to get this bloating pain to go down. Like that bloating pain where you feel your stomach is going to explode. And nothing worked. This went on from 1 a.m. when I woke up out of my sleep, which I never do, by the way, ever. Like, I could sleep through a freaking bomb. Not kidding. I have a toddler. She screams at the top of her lungs sometimes, and I'm sound asleep. But it lasted from 1 a.m. till 7 a.m. So 6 hours. I'm pacing the hallways. I can't sit still. Because when this is happening, you're not sitting still. Like, there's no way. You're on the floor ready to call 911. I told my wife finally, because I didn't want to wake her up. I thought, I kept telling myself, this is going to pass, this is going to pass, this is going to pass. I took everything, Gas-X, Tums, Pepto, you name it. Nothing freaking worked. Finally woke my wife up. I said, hey, I need to go to the emergency room. Something's up, right? Something's going on. So she said, okay, she gets dressed, I get dressed, we go in the car. The second we went in the car, I'm not even kidding you, this is like bizarre, it went away. It just like a light switch, it just went away. The bloating went down, the pain went away right away. It was unbelievable now that I think about it. It just went away. So I went back upstairs, I was able to go back to sleep for a little bit, and it was as if like nothing happened. Literally, like as if nothing happened. Months went by, literally months, where this didn't happen. I ate normally. I ate, my normal diet, right? Steak, chicken, no issues at all. Until one day, I remember, because I was also seeing a GI doctor, and this is a whole nother topic for another video. But I was seeing a GI doctor because I had acid reflux, right? Like a little bit of acid reflux, nothing severe, but I would belch a lot, right? So I was seeing a GI doctor for the belching, without knowing about the other issues. This was just for the belching. So I took like omeprazole, and that helped a lot. But, when you stop taking it, the symptoms come right back. I had an endoscopy and ruled out GERD and all that other stuff, ulcers. This is before, again. But so I went to my GI doctor for just my normal checkup, to make sure everything was good. And then the very next day after seeing my GI doctor, I remember I was home, and I ate a sweet potato. Okay, a sweet potato. That's it. I ate a sweet potato. And there may have been some carrots too. There may have been some carrots. I don't know. I ate a sweet potato. Literally, I'm not even joking you. Within 20 minutes of eating that sweet potato, out of nowhere, my stomach swells up like a freaking balloon. I am in so much discomfort from the bloating, right? But I'm not on the floor pain yet. But as I told my wife, I said, "Oh my goodness, I think this is happening again. Like, I think I'm getting whatever the heck happened to me months ago. It's coming. I feel it. My stomach's getting bigger. I'm feeling like I'm having a hot flash. I can't focus." And as time went on, because it was very progressive, within a few hours, I was in excruciating pain. Excruciating. So I went to the ER, because this time I'm like, I can't go through this for another, 6 hours. I went to the ER. And when I went to the ER, they got me in pretty much right away. I was in that I can't sit still pain. But they gave me all different types of medicine. They gave me scans, ultrasound, all that good stuff. And after a few hours in there, they came back and they told me, "Hey, you're constipated. You need to take Miralax. You need to do this. You need to do that. You're backed up. There's a lot of gas we see on the x-rays. And that's what's causing your pain." So I said, "Wow, okay. I guess I'm constipated, but I don't really have constipation issues. So that's not that I know of. So that's news to me." But, they did give me a bunch of medicine and stuff like that. So I was feeling a little bit better. Not 100%, but a little bit better. But then the physician comes over right before I'm about to leave, right? After they did all these tests, all these scans, he comes over to me and he says, "Hey, so just to let you know, on the ultrasound, right, we did find some gallstones in your gallbladder. And he said, you're going to need to get surgery to get these removed." And I said, "Really? Okay. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this." He said, "Yeah." He's like, "They're pretty big stones, so you should definitely, go see a surgeon because you're going to want to get them removed." I said, "Okay, all right, thank you." In my head, I'm thinking, first of all, I didn't even know what a gallstone was, but I'm thinking, this is something I could get taken care of in a couple of years. Like, it's not like an immediate, I have to go call a surgeon tomorrow, because not at one point did he say, "You need to go see a surgeon right now," or "We're going to have a surgeon come and see you." None of that was said. He just said, "You're going to want to do this." I said, "Okay." So they ended up discharging me, right? Which they probably shouldn't have, but they did. They ended up discharging me. I went home. For the next few days, I was okay. I was fine. I was normal. I was eating regular. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't having any type of attacks until a few days later, where I had another attack. And this time, I don't remember exactly what I ate, but I ate something very, very small, very light. And again, same thing. Stomach swelled up like a freaking balloon. Like, again, this, words don't do it justice. This time, I'm on the floor. I'm crying. I'm screaming. I'm pacing the halls. And it went on for hours. This went on for hours. And then I told my wife, "Hey, I need to go back to the emergency room. Like, this is, like, I feel like I'm dying." So I went back to the emergency room, and they had already remembered me because I was just there a few days before. I said, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I'm having something that's causing me incredible pain," and it was right here. That pain was right there. I pointed to it, and I said, "I can't breathe. I can't sit still. I'm screaming." There's a guy next to me, the curtain's up. He's screaming too. This man's screaming in Arabic at the top of his lungs. I asked the nurse, I said, "Hey, is that guy okay? Like, what's going on?" She said, "Yeah, he's passing the kidney stone." So So I'm screaming, this man's screaming, we're in the ER freaking screaming at the top of our lungs. I'm laying there for hours. They just left me on the IV and that was it. And they said I had to wait for the PA to come and talk to me. And you know how ERs are, they freaking take hours. Long story short, the PA ends up coming in and she says she's gonna give me something for the pain. So I don't really take pain pills or pain medicines. I take the occasional Tylenol here, but typically I like to avoid that stuff, right? I like, go the natural route of things. Like if I have a headache, I'll, drink a tea or lay in the dark or something before I reach for the pills. But I was ready. I said, give me what you need to give me to put me out of this misery. So I found out that they had given me the Lauded IV, right? In addition to nausea medicines and stuff like that. And let me tell you, man, for those of you that have ever taken the Lauded IV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that haven't, the second they press that needle into you, you are on a different planet. I mean, you're flying. This stuff is strong, man. It comes over you like this euphoric feeling. It just relaxes you. It calms you. Like it almost makes you numb inside. And that actually helped my pain. It actually helped my pain. Like I felt such a relief. And I was laying there for another few hours, and then the doctor comes in, and by this time it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. The doctor comes in and he says, hey, you need to get surgery. So we're going to we're gonna admit you and take you upstairs. And again, at this point, all I did was I pointed here. So they knew. I mean, these are the pros, right? These are experts. They knew what was going on, right? They knew. I didn't know. They knew. You need to get surgery. We're going to take you upstairs. They're going to come and get you and transport you and this and that, right? I've never had surgery in a hospital before. I've only had very minor outpatient surgery in my life. So this was like, whoa, what the heck is going on? It's going from 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. But I told the doctor, I said, Doc, I feel okay. Like I think it passed, right? Like whatever it is, I think I feel better. And he said, yeah, that's because we gave you all these pain pills and you're numb and you don't feel it. But once that pain medicine wears off, you're gonna be screaming again. You're gonna be in pain because you're having, an attack. It's your gallbladder. So they end up moving me upstairs to the surgical floor. And I didn't really know how this stuff works, right? Where they have a whole floor dedicated to surgery and anybody on that floor is getting some type of surgery. I had no idea. But so they took me upstairs and they told me that the surgical team was gonna come in within a few hours and talk to me. So they came a few hours later. A woman walks in, she says, hey, you're gonna get surgery today in a few hours. And I was like, whoa, like, I'm getting surgery today, right? Like here? And she's like, yeah, you need to have your gallbladder removed. We're going to do it in a few hours. We'll come and get you. I'm freaking out, right? Because I'm all by myself. It's middle pandemic. No one's allowed in the hospital. My wife's at home. I got a newborn. I got no family around, no friends, nothing. I'm freaking the hell out. Like, what the hell is going on, right? A few hours before I was on my bathroom screaming. Now I'm getting told I got to go get a surgery. So I said, hey, like, I see a GI doctor for reflux. Can I see a GI doctor here, right? Like, I'd like to speak to a GI doctor before I just go and get an organ removed, right? So the GI doctor comes in a few hours later, and I talked to her, and I told her what my past was like with this, and she ordered what's called a HIDA scan, right? I've never had one before, but the HIDA scan, apparently they inject you. I'm probably saying this all wrong. If you're a medical professional watching this, I'm butchering this so bad. I'm so sorry. But they, I guess, inject you with something, and then they watch it on a computer to see that maybe it's a dye or something, how it passes through your gallbladder. long story short, I laid under that scan for a few hours. Like, you gotta literally lay under this machine. You're on this table. There's a machine right over you. And you're just laying there in silence. You don't have your phone. You don't have any music. You're literally laying in this cold room in your hospital gown for hours. It sucks. I don't even know how long I was there. I was in and out of sleep. But my pain medicine wore off. I'm back in pain. I'm laying there. I'm uncomfortable. I mean, this is bad, guys. This is bad shit. I'm not even kidding. So, you know, the guy, I hear him. They take me out of the scan room, and I'm in the waiting area waiting for the transport. I hear him on the phone, and let's just say it didn't sound good. You know, technicians, they're not allowed to tell you whether you pass or you fail, or if it's good or if it's bad. You know, you have to wait for the physician to tell you that. So they won't, if you ask them, they typically won't tell you. So, but I could just get a sense for his vibe that he knew something was screwed up. Like, this, he knew, he saw it. He's the pro. He saw it. I didn't know he knew, but now I'm like freaking out. Like, holy crap! Like, what's this guy seeing? Like, he's giving like the looks at the screen, like, you know. And I'm like, oh goodness, man, this is not good. So, anyways. Go back up. GI doctor comes in a few hours later, and I talked to her, and she said, hey, you need to have your gallbladder taken out. I asked her, hey, what happens if I don't? She's like, well, it could become life-threatening. You have an infection, your gallbladder's not working, this and that, and you're having these attacks. That's what's causing this. You need to get it out. We're going to do the surgery, yada, yada, yada. I ended up getting the surgery. They pushed it back the next day. The next morning, they came. It's like the Grim freaking Reaper, man. Comes in the room. You're anticipating it. You're clenching. You're freaking out. This is scary stuff here. And they just, when you see them come into the room with the transport stretcher, you're like, oh shit, it's about to go down. I gotta go do this, man. I ain't got a choice, right? Mind you, this whole time I'm in the hospital, I know this story's all over the place, but this whole time I'm in the hospital, I have not eaten or drank anything. First of all, I had no appetite at all, none. I'm in pain and I'm bloated, like it's about to pop. Second of all, they put you on restrictions, so you're not even allowed to drink anything. The most I had in the 5 days I was in the hospital was ice cubes. That's it. Insane. They wheel me down. I'm in the OR. Anesthesiologist comes in. They start talking to me. They do their pre-op, all this stuff. I never even saw the surgeon at that point. They wheel me in. All I remember saying is, I have anxiety. The next thing after I said that, I remember hearing, she said, okay, well then we're going to put you out quick. The next thing I remember, after saying I have anxiety, I woke up in a room. Unbelievable. I woke up in this room, and I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. I woke up like, and they were right there around me. And they were like, Ross, you're okay? You're done? I look at the clock. Hours have passed. I don't even know how long I was out for, but the surgery doesn't even take that long, I don't think. But I look at the clock. It's been like 2 or 3 hours or something. And they tell me, Ross, you're okay? I said, I feel like I can't catch my breath. I feel like I can't. She said, Ross, we have you on the monitor. Your oxygen levels is good. I said, no, what the heck? I looked down. There's bandages, like 6 bandages all over me, right? I got IVs everywhere and stuff. She said, you had an allergic reaction to the fentanyl or something during the surgery, so we gave you a Benadryl, but you're fine. Surgery went well, yada, 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 yada. I'm juiced up on pain medicine, so I don't really feel anything. But all I remember is just having these little butterfly-looking bandages all over my stomach. I had like 6 of them. It looked like bullet holes, like bullet wounds, right? So they bring me back up to my room, and let me tell you, the pain, that bloating, explosive feeling, pain that made me was freaking scream at the top of my lungs for 6 hours. It was gone. The pain was gone. I was finally out of pain. Now I had surgical pain, but I was out of pain. So they tell you, you have to walk. They encourage you to walk because you want to, first of all, not get blood clots, but you also want to walk to, just to get things moving, I guess, if you have, after gallbladder surgery, you could get gas pains. Because I think, and again, I'm no professional, but they pump your stomach up or your abdomen with air, and they do this laparoscopically, right? So they go in, and luckily for me, I didn't have to get cut open. I didn't get open surgery. This is laparoscopic surgery. So they go in. I'm probably saying that wrong too, but they go in from your belly button. Anyways, you have to walk. So if you are going to be getting this surgery, they encourage you to walk, but I was in so much surgical pain that I was walking like a turtle. Walking on the down the hallway with my freaking IV thing, walking like a turtle. And I see all the other people walking too like turtles. And I'm like, I told the nurse, I said, what's going on? She said, oh, they all just had their gallbladders out too. I said, what the heck? She said, oh yeah. She said, that's what most of this floor is. Like, we do like 20 of these things a day. They got all these people on this floor with their gallbladders out, walking with their IVs like freaking turtles, right? So I go back into my room, and they come in and they ask me if I want to eat or drink anything, because now I'm off restriction. Guys, they gave me apple juice, those little cups of apple juices in the hospital. Oh my goodness. This apple juice was like, it was heaven. It was heaven. For lack of, I don't even know what a better description would be for that, but it was the best. It was the first thing I've had to drink in 5 days. It was so amazing. And they offered me food, but I really wasn't hungry. And then they make sure you urinating and all that, make sure everything is working. And they told me that I could go home the next day. So I'm in there, I'm talking to my roommate. I'm on Dilaudid still, and morphine and all types of pain drugs to, for the surgical pain and whatnot. But when they came in the next day, they discharged me, and they told me that, I could take Tylenol for the pain, and, just don't lift anything heavy and yada, 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 right? Typical surgical, post instructions. So I ended up coming home and then laying on my couch, right? Because that's all I could do. I couldn't lay on my side. After you get this gallbladder surgery, you're not going to really be able to lay on your side. You're going to be in a lot of discomfort, but not so much so that you're, in screaming pain, but you're just going to be in discomfort, right? You're going to be like, feeling like your insides got torn up, right? So that's how I felt. So the recovery time was actually pretty quick, like 1 to 2 weeks. You go for your post-op. So I saw the surgeon, he talked to me. And the first thing he said to me when he saw me was, Ross, your gallbladder really needed to come out. I said, really, why you say that? He said, that thing was inflamed and infected, so it needed to come out. I said, well, thank you so much for doing it and getting rid of it, because I'm no longer in that pain anymore. And he's like, yeah, and it won't happen again. And after you have your gallbladder surgery, you're gonna want to stick to a low-fat diet, because now that your bile is not being stored in your gallbladder, it just passes from your liver to your colon, right, to your intestines for digestion. It's like, from what I've learned, it's like a constant stream of bile. Your body's not going to be able to digest fats as well as it previous did with the gallbladder, because it doesn't have that reserve anymore. So you're probably going to want to stick to a low-fat diet and just eat bland for the first couple of weeks. Not everybody does that. Some people do. A great resource is the subreddit on reddit.com, the subreddit for gallbladders. You could meet thousands of people that have been through this as well. And that's what I did. I stuck to a low-fat diet. I believe I did like 20 grams of fat or less per day. And then gradually I was able to increase that and eat the things that I love. So now, over a little bit of a year post-op, I can eat pizza and hamburgers and French fries and chips. Even though I shouldn't be eating that stuff, I could if I want to. And I typically, didn't have any issues, the months after the surgery. Again, it's not like that for everybody, but for me, I can only speak about personal experience. For me, I was able to return to eating the things that I enjoy. So after you get the surgery, you're pretty much on your own, right? There is really no more follow-up after that. Like, you're just living this new life without a gallbladder, which you don't need. Obviously you want one, but you don't need it. You can still live. It doesn't affect your life expectancy. And I was good. I was good for a while. I was good for months post-op, but I do have to share this, and this is another big part of this video, because, it wasn't all unicorns and rainbows. Again, I'm making this September 2022. So it's been like maybe it's been a little over a year, right, since I've had the surgery. About 4 or 5 months ago, I noticed that I was having a lot of diarrhea. And diarrhea is common after you have your gallbladder removed after the surgery, because the excess bile makes you have diarrhea. And it's very common to see mucus in your diarrhea. I know this is disgusting, but it's just reality. It's science. After you have your gallbladder taken out, you are going to notice that you will have diarrhea. I can't speak for anybody, again, but most people are going to have diarrhea. It's going to be it's going to look different, right, than like diarrhea when you're sick. It's going to maybe be mucusy or yellow, and it's just going to look funky, right? But they tell you that it's a normal occurrence when you have your gallbladder removed. But months after I had my gallbladder removed, I noticed that I was still having diarrhea, right? And it's the type of diarrhea that makes you not even want to eat, because you know that if you eat even a piece of bread, you're going to be in the bathroom, and it's just not fun, right, to have diarrhea every single day, multiple times per day. So I started doing research online, which I shouldn't have done, trying to self-diagnose myself. Why am I having this weird looking diarrhea almost every time I eat? So I went back to my GI doctor and I told him, and he ended up putting me on this stuff right here, and I wanted to show you, which is called Prevolite powder. Prevolite powder. And this is cholestyramine. So this is a 4 milligram packet. And I read, before I even was prescribed this, I read on the subreddit, on Reddit, for the gallbladders, a lot of people take this stuff. A lot of people. I kept seeing it. Now, it goes by different names, not just Prevolite, but cholestyramine. They take it for what's called bile acid malabsorption, BAM, right? And what I was having was bile acid diarrhea, right? So you learn something new. Bile acid diarrhea. I guess the way it works is the majority of your bile should be absorbed. And I'm probably butchering the hell out of this. This is not a medical video. It's just my story. I had to say that 10 times because I already know there's going to be people commenting like, you said this wrong, you said that wrong, you're totally wrong, Rose. What the freak are you talking about? Apparently, if your bile doesn't get fully absorbed or the majority of it absorbed, then it stays where it shouldn't, and it makes you have to go to the bathroom very frequently and have diarrhea. This is a binder. You drink it. I drink it with orange juice. I take it as a powder. It's a powder. You just pour it in, a little bit of orange juice, boom, 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 stir it up, and I drink it right before I have a meal. You could take this a few times per day. I take it once. That works for me. The second, and I'm not even kidding you, the second I was prescribed this stuff, my diarrhea went away. Went away completely. Went away. And I take it every single day. If I miss it, I have diarrhea. And I'm not talking about the diarrhea that you kind of know about. I mean, I'm talking about the diarrhea that you could be feeling perfectly fine, and you go, let's say, to a wedding or a baseball game or the store, the grocery store, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're in the grocery store, you're walking down the aisle, you feel great, you're having a great day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, you are clenching your butt cheeks so hard because you are about to explode. I know it's so graphic and TMI. I'm so sorry, but it's the facts though. It's the truth. For those of you that are watching this all the way to this point, you know what I'm talking about. If you have BAM, you know this diarrhea, man. This is no joke diarrhea. This isn't like your sick diarrhea. This is like if you don't get to a toilet within 0.2 seconds, you will literally crap your pants. You will. And I'm going to be vulnerable right now, but it's happened to me. All right? And this is just the facts. I can only speak I'm putting it out there for somebody to help somebody. You're not alone. You're not alone. One day I was driving home from the grocery store and that came on, and let's just say it didn't end up well when I got upstairs to my place. But this stuff right here, guys, I'm telling you, if you're struggling with diarrhea after your gallbladder surgery, ask your provider, ask your GI, hey, do you think cholestyramine will help me? It's a cholesterol drug. It's used to lower bad cholesterol, but they found that it also helps diarrhea. So it's like, you know, not every... If you look it up and you're like, oh, it's a cholesterol medicine, you know, why would I take this? But it's also used for diarrhea. So anyways, that's where I'm at now. September 7th, 2022 is I'm still struggling, guys. I'm still struggling. I haven't had any attacks. Obviously, I don't have a gallbladder to even have an attack. I don't have any attacks. I sometimes feel like a ghost pain. I don't even know if that's the right word for it, where I feel like that surgical soreness, even though I'm post-op, you know, like over a year, like I shouldn't, but I feel, sometimes it just feels weird. I don't know. But most of the time, life has been normal, and I'm so grateful that I was able to get the surgery when I did, because had not, I may not even be here talking to you guys right now, right? If I didn't address it and I just swept it under the rug. Pretty hard to do with the amount of pain I was in. But anyways, at the end of the day, I'm going to close this out by saying this. If you're somebody that has GI issues, you're not alone. IBS, gallbladder problems, whatever the case may be, you're not alone. Never in a million years did I ever think that this would be me, but it became me. And this is something that I just have to, you know, add to my life story. You're gonna be okay. You're not alone out there. I mean, really. My sister had her gallbladder removed. One of my best buddies had his removed. I said, damn, everybody's getting their gallbladders taken out nowadays. Like, everybody's having gallbladder issues. I don't know. It's probably something with the foods that we eat here in the West. You know, I don't know. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to my gallbladder journey. Maybe I'll have an update for you in a few months. I'm going to stay on this powder, and we'll see where things go. And I wish you the best. If you're struggling, just know that there's help out there. Get checked. Remember, there's the HIDA scan. There's the ultrasound, the sonogram for the stones. You know, if you feel like you may be, you know, having symptoms that are similar to gallbladder issues, there's so many different tests out there that they'll know. Your doctor will know. So don't hesitate. Reach out to your GI doctor or your primary doctor, and you know, get it checked out. Don't just let it go untreated. But anyways, again, thanks so much. Subscribe. This is a brand new channel. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, but just subscribe. So if I have an update, you can come back and drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of this story. Let me know if you're somebody that struggles with gallbladder issues. Maybe you've had the surgery yourself, maybe not, but I'd love to hear from you. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.